Hi, my name is Kelsey Murray, and today I'm going to be talking about the Flint, Michigan water crisis. What is the Flint, Michigan water crisis? The Flint, Michigan water crisis was a failed attempt to find ways to cut costs. Officials switched the water supply from the Detroit City system to water from the Flint River. The water was used for mostly everything in a person's home. Water used to brush your teeth, cook, and drink. Because city and state officials broke federal law by failing to treat the water properly, lead leaked out from the aging pipes into thousands of homes. They believed that changing their water supply would benefit them by saving money. They ended up doing the opposite because of the damage that they caused. When did this happen? This occurred in 2014. Although this happened almost 5 years ago, residents still struggle with dealing with their water and making sure it is healthy for them to use. They do not trust elected officials when they say the drinking water is back to being safe to drink and use. They are still recovering from this to this day, and it is hard for them to trust officials after being lied to. How did this happen? By switching the water supply to the Flint River water, there needed to be a sort of filtration to get the corrosion and other harsh chemicals out of the water. They failed to have the right filtration systems, causing the harmful chemicals to be transferred to everyone. Shortly after the switch, residents noticed a difference in their water. For example, color, smell, and taste. The pipes leaked into the water, so harsh chemicals and lead were mixed into it. Residents noticed foul-smelling water and it turning different colors. Lead. The major problem in the water was the lead that contaminated the water. Lead poisoning is extremely harmful. Having this in your system can cause serious health problems, such as developmental delays in children, damage your kidneys and nervous system, and high levels can cause unconsciousness or death. Although this started to happen in 2014, not until 2016 is when there was a state of emergency for the water. All were advised to stop drinking and using the water. It took officials a while to realize the damage that was happening. By drinking and using this water, they were at risk of being exposed to lead and having an increasing chance of being diagnosed with these different things. Who has the crisis affected? The crisis has affected many in Michigan. According to the CDC, ATSDR, they assisted and provided everyone by getting blood lead screening tests and protocols and other help. Many have experienced rashes and skin conditions from the water that they showered with. Long-term effects. Long-term effects are shown in children. A family mentioned in an article written by CNN states 2 young boys are suffering from memory loss. Everything they once learned, such as colors and numbers, must be retaught. The lead is causing an impact on brain development. The boys are not caught up to the other children and are suffering because of the lead in their water. Children were mostly affected because of the exposure to lead, and it really had an impact on brain development. How chemistry explains the water crisis. Flint told its residents that their water had high levels of organic molecules called trihalomethanes. Trihalomethanes are a concern because they have been linked with numerous health concerns, including liver, kidney, lung, and heart problems. When chlorine used to disinfect water reacts with algae, leaves, and weeds, trihalomethanes are produced. The 2 quotes stated show the seriousness of when these molecules are produced and ingested and used. The way that they tried to clean the water with chlorine creates more trihalomethanes and causes more damage to everyone. Chemistry is linked to the water crisis. The breakdown of the chemicals in the water and lead give you a better understanding on how harmful it is. Here's a quick breakdown of the chemistry and the pipes.
When Flint, Michigan started using its own river as a water supply, the city's drinking water became tainted with lead. This is the chemistry of how that happened. This is Scientific American's 60-Second Science. I'm Lydia Chain. Got a minute? Normally, water managers add orthophosphate to the water to prevent corrosion. The orthophosphate bonds with lead in the pipes, making a protective coating between the lead and the water. Where that shield is intact, corrosive chemicals like dissolved oxygen, O2, can't interact with the lead. This isn't a one-time solution. Orthophosphate has to be added continually, or the barrier breaks down. If it does break down, O2 reacts with lead atoms, oxidizing them. O2 takes electrons from the lead, grabs a couple of hydrogen protons, and turns into H2O, water. The result? Once oxidized, the lead dissolves into the water stream instead of sticking to the pipe. Flint's water treatment plant did not add orthophosphate, so the pipes broke down. That breakdown happened quickly for Flint. The river water had high levels of chloride, which accelerates corrosion. There were two possible sources of the chloride: ferric chloride used in conjunction with chlorine disinfection, and road salt applied during tough Michigan winters. The chemistry is hidden away in old buried pipes, but the result flows right into a drinking glass. Thanks for the minute. For Scientific American's 60-Second Science, I'm Lydia Chain.
Controversies that it has caused. Each tier of government, from small to large, overlooked what was going on with the water. It was passed along to different people down the list, and no one seemed to have much to say or concern for what was going on. According to the Washington Post, local, state, and federal officials, including the top Environmental Protection Agency administrator in the Midwest and Michigan's Republican governor, Rick Snyder, are accused of ignoring, denying, or covering up problems that left thousands of children exposed to toxic lead in their drinking water for about 18 months. This problem was passed around and ignored by many officials. This causes major distrust with residents and elected officials. Why did it take so long? Solutions. A temporary solution is what they have been doing, which is sending in water bottles, although also not very healthy for the environment because of all of the plastic. An average person in the United States uses around 390 liters of water per day, considering the water condition isn't even adequate to shower with. A permanent solution. By getting new clean pipes would be a permanent solution to fix the whole crisis. Replacing the lead pipes with plastic pipes, along with clean water, while switching back to the city of Detroit's water supply for now, would most likely be the only possible permanent solution. Alternate. Having an at-home filtration system on faucets can help lower the levels of lead in the water. They suggested that the lead coming through the filter are too low even to be tested. Installing home filtration systems would remove heavy metals from water, giving citizens control over their water and new temporary solutions. Going back to where they originally started and getting new clean plastic pipes is the best solution. To sum this all up, this is a terrible thing that has happened to the residents of Michigan. They should start taking more serious action in helping the people. With all the technology that we have today, this should not be still occurring today.